Hi guys, it's Sebastian with Looking, Feeling, Smelling Great. I'm back with another video for you today. Today we're going to go ahead and do my top 25 fragrances for fall and winter that are under $100, so please stay tuned. So I love bargains when it comes to finding fragrances, and some of my favorite fragrances happen to be all under $100. A lot of you think that I might only prefer niche fragrances that are really expensive, but I don't think that. If I find a great fragrance that's under $100, under $50, or even under $25 and I really like it and it smells great and it performs excellently, I will get it. The fragrances here in this top 25 list for fall and winter are all under $100. Some are suggested probably more, but there are deals for them that you can get them for inexpensive on the various discounter shops. But a lot of them are suggested retail under $100, so if you're on a budget to save money for fragrances, this is the list to look at to get recommendations for fragrances to wear this coming fall and winter. So here it goes. My number 25 is a brand new release from the house of John Varvatos, and that fragrance is the new Dark Rebel Rider. Now, this is my second John Varvatos fragrance in my collection. The first one was Dark Rebel, and I tend to prefer that one a little more than this one, but I like the fact that this is a little more closer to the skin. It kind of almost has a gourmandy vibe, even though it's leather, but it's a bit sweet, but it's a great scent. It's almost niche quality because a lot of designers are not making fragrances that are unique scents like this. They tend to pretty much, you know, make the same kind of fragrance over and over again, and you're going through Macy's, you can smell one fragrance after another and they smell almost alike. But this one actually is pretty unique, and then also Dark Rebel, which is also on this list, is also pretty unique, and these are definitely under $100. Do check it out. It's an eau de toilette, and the fragrance is 120 mils, so there's a lot of juice here. Only problem is it's the performance, 5.5 to 6.5 hours, but just spray a little longer, and I think it's perfect for fall and winter. So Dark Rebel Rider by John Varvatos. Number 24, we've got from the house of Thierry Mugler, one of my favorite designer houses. It's Pure Tonka, the new one that came out earlier this year. Now this one I didn't really love as much as I like Pure Malt or Pure Havane, and my favorites being B-Men. And of course, Amen did not get on this list, but it is still one of my favorites. But Pure Tonka is pretty nice. It kind of reminds me of Pure Coffee, and it's decent. It kind of, I feel like now that Mugler's done Pure Tonka, I think it's kind of becoming redundant. They need to find a new niche or something or a new angle for the men's fragrances, because I'm kind of getting bored of the Pure series. Hopefully they'll come out with some eau de parfum editions, as I always say, for the men, because they have it for the ladies, but none for the men. So come on guys, release some eau de parfum editions of like Amen, and bring back B-Man, and you know, eau de parfum editions of Pure Malt, Pure Havane. Those would be really, really awesome. But either way, 24, Pure Tonka by Mugler, and it's definitely under $100. Back to the house of John Varvatos, and it's Dark Rebel. Now I really like this one a lot more than the Dark Rebel Rider. This one's tobacco, but it has kind of like almost a fougere-like aromatic vibe for me, kind of very green, but it is tobacco. But really, really smells great. I really enjoy this one, and again, it's definitely niche quality compared to other designers, and that's what has to be in this list of mine. They all have to have kind of a unique smell. So again, this is a designer. The last three that I've mentioned are designers, and they all have pretty unique scents, and this is one of them. Do enjoy this one. Do check it out if you haven't yet. I know there's bargains for this one. You can probably find it for around $50, if not less. It's 120 ml again. It is eau de toilette, and the performance is about the same as Dark Rebel Rider, but this one's a little less than Dark Rebel Rider. So do check it out, Dark Rebel by John Varvatos. At number 22, we've got from the house of Dame Perfumery, we've got Dark Horse. Now Dark Horse is all about gaiac wood, cinnamon, and cloves. It's kind of a closer to the skin, comforting. It's almost kind of like almost gourmand vibe to me. I don't know why that is. I think maybe perhaps the combination of the creamy gaiac wood and the cloves and the cinnamon kind of comes off like maybe perhaps dessert or cookies or maybe even pastries. But really delicious scent. It's $65 for a 50 ml eau de parfum, and great scent. It's unisex, so guys and ladies would both like this one. And I think if you haven't checked it out, do check it out. I really think it's a delicious scent. So Dark Horse at number 22 from Dame Perfumery. Now another indie house, but this is more a larger scale indie. I guess I wouldn't qualify it as indie as much, but this is TOUERVILLE from Andy Tower, and we've got Amber Flash here. Now the Amber Flash is part of the Flash series that also has Incense Flash, Rose Flash, Vanilla Flash, and then Patchouli Flash or Fruit Tulip Flash, and now they have Tuberose Flash. But these are all $65 for 30 ml and really potent eau de parfum, almost extrait concentration fragrances. Great value, you know, fragrances you can put in your bag and take with you and spray maybe 1 or 2 sprays and smell great for the whole day. But Amber Flash is a really fun take on a almost smoky, almost again bordering gourmand to me. Again, it's kind of has like a sweet vibe to it, but really yummy amber. And if you're looking for an amber to start with in your fragrance journey, this is a good one to start with, and it's inexpensive. $65 for this one. Amber Flash at number 21. Now we go to Dame Perfumery again, and this time at number 20 we've got Chocolate Man. It's so funny, this fragrance really is delicious. I wanted to love Montal's Chocolate Greedy and I didn't like it. Really loved the way this smelled because it reminded me of Nutella. I used to put Nutella on bread and eat it like as a kid, and this actually kind of smells like the bread and the Nutella together. It's somewhat nutty, it's a little bit spicy and a little bit musky, but really, really yummy, delicious chocolate fragrance. And I introduced this fragrance to 2 lady friends of mine, and they both ended up buying bottles of it. So go figure. It is called Chocolate Man, and I think it's very, very unisex. If you're looking for a yummy fragrance, do check out Chocolate Man. And this is from the Eau de Toilette. Well, actually, these are colognes. That's what the Dame Perfumery fragrances are. But I'm pretty sure it's Eau de Toilette concentration. It's 100 ml for $65. So check it out, Chocolate Man from Dame Perfumery. At number 19, we've got Rose Calligraphy from ARAMIS. And this is one of my favorite fragrances from the collection of ARAMIS Calligraphy. There's another one called Saffron that's also on this list. These are suggested retail over 100, but you can get deals. I mean, you've got this one for about $50 online at the discounters. Really, really nice, potent. If you saw my video for Rose Flash versus ARAMIS Calligraphy, you know I prefer the Rose Flash more than this one, and that one's also on this list. But again, this one's really a great scent. Do check it out. If you like rose, if you like potency, do check this one out. This is Rose Calligraphy from ARAMIS Calligraphy. All right, now we're back to Dame Perfumery again, and this is New Musk Man. So I really love New Musk Man. I think it's my favorite of the whole Dame Perfumery line of fragrances. It's musk, but it's a very clean, almost yummy, kind of ambery musk. So very unisex again, like Chocolate Man. I think ladies and men can wear this one. It's an eau de cologne, or cologne that he calls it, but it is eau de toilette concentration. And this one with a few extra sprays lasts a long time. I mean, you can wear it the whole day. And I like this one because it's closer to the skin. It's very cozy, comfy, and really, really a clean, very modern new musk. So New Musk Man by Dame Perfumery at number 18, and it's $65 for the 100 ml. Next, we're gonna go to the House of Imaginary Authors, and one of my almost favorite fragrances. It used to be my favorite at one time from this house, but then new ones came out. But this is Imaginary Authors, Cobra and the Canary. Really, really extra potent, lemony leather. So if you like leather and you want it freshened up or brightened up with some citruses, check this one out. These are for $95 for a 50 ml bottle. This is the older bottle. This is a 60 ml bottle. I believe it used to be 60 or 65 ml. And so the prices are a little more now, but still they're under 100 for 50 ml. It's really quality, extra potent, eau de parfum concentration, indie perfume house from Portland, Oregon. And this is one of my favorite leather fragrances, and definitely under 100. So do check out the Cobra and the Canary at number 17 here on this list by Imaginary Authors. Number 16, we've got from the house that nobody ever speaks about, or rarely speak about, and this is Mandarina Duck and Mandarina Duck Black Extreme. If you can find this, I think they're still out there. This is the Eau de Parfum edition of Mandarina Duck Black, and I really, really love this one. To me, this kind of smells like a little bit like Edition Blanche by Chanel, and this is kind of like an a cheaper version of Uden by Xerjoff. They kind of have that similarity with the Tonka bean, but I find the Xerjoff a lot more luxurious than this one. But again, this is kind of close compared to the EDT version of this fragrance. So really great stuff. Smells really, really great. And it's kind of clean, soapy, but Tonka bean, and almost a slight bit barbershop-y a little bit too. Really, really pleasant scent, and definitely a house to check out. It's a clothing designer, or actually not even clothing, but a designer of some accessories or something out of Italy. So it's a very small house and designer, and definitely worth checking out. And you can find deals for this probably still for about $50, $60 for this 100 ml. So it's Mandarina Duck Black Extreme at number 16. So number 15 was one of my favorite, all-time favorite fragrances, and it's the fragrance that really got me into the journey of exploring lots of fragrance houses. Unfortunately, it slipped down to 15 because it's been reformulated, but at the time it used to be way at the top. So at number 15 is L'Instant de Guerlain Pour Homme Extreme. It's the new bottle, the clear bottle. I have my black bottle stored away because it's the only one I have, and there's about 80% full. But this one is still good, but this one's more closer to the Eau de Toilette now. It's a lot more brighter. It doesn't have the density of the patchouli and cacao that this one or the original had. But still a great scent. Love the patchouli and cacao in here with the star anise, licoricey star anise, and citruses. I love smelling it, but I rarely wear this one anymore, but I just wish they'd left it alone. The other thing is they're all getting rebranded now too. This got reformulated, the bottle changed. A lot of the Guerlain fragrances are getting rebranded with like the bottles of the vetiver that they have in their collection. So do check it out. But this one's pretty inexpensive, under 50 for a 75 ml bottle. So it is Eau de Parfum, but again, as I said, they are a little lighter now than they used to be. So Lidge, or L'Instant de Guerlain Pour Homme Extreme, is number 15. Number 14, we've got Pure Havane from Mugler. Now, I love this one, and I really loved it at one point more than Pure Malt, but now it's switched back to Pure Malt being better for me. This one is tobacco and honey. It's really, really yummy fragrance, and one of my favorite designer houses, Mugler, and as I was mentioning earlier with Pure Tonka, I wish they kind of start doing something new for the men. But still, this is a classic from the house, and it was at one time limited edition, and they brought it back. I think it's part of permanent collection now, or maybe it's removed again, but you can still find it for under $100. So do check it out if you like tobacco and honey and fragrances with the Mugler DNA. It's a really, really nice fragrance. At number 14. So at number 13, we've got a classic from the 90s, but it has been reformulated since the first time I wore it in the 90s, but it still smells great. Doesn't have the potency as it once did, but still a great fragrance. It's Dreamer by Versace. And this is when their fragrances were really, really excellent. Not like the new Dylan Blue that they launched, which sucked big time. But this one's an excellent release. Still great to wear. It's tobacco, kind of aromatic, kind of very masculine fragrance. Although I think ladies wear it too. But really, really nice, and you can find really, really good deals on this. You can even buy testers for around $30. So it's 100 ml Eau de Toilette, really great stuff. If you like classic vibe of a 90s vibe fragrance, check out Dreamer by Versace, and that's number 13. At number 12, from the house of Les Couvents de Minimes, it is Cologne of Emissions, or Eau de Mission. And this one is vanilla, like a Spirituous Double Vanille by Guerlain, which is really an expensive fragrance, around $275 for a 75 ml bottle. But this is a great alternative. This is the 250 or 200 ml bottle. You can also get the 50 ml bottle or the 100 ml bottle, I think. It's around $50. So that's a great deal. And if you like vanilla, cozy, comfy, boozy vanilla, it smells like cooking, baking vanilla, check out this one. It's, like I said, a great, great alternative to Spirituous Double Vanille, and a great deal. You can find these at our Walgreens here in San Francisco carries this line, but I believe Ulta stores carries them, or you can buy it online. I'll have a link for this in the info box. At number 11, from the house of Laurence Dumont, we've got Tendre Madeleine. Now this was a really great release at one time, and I really loved it. And then I bought Lyra from Xerjoff, and I realized that Xerjoff Lyra smells similar to this. So I paid like $300 for Lyra by Xerjoff, but all along I had a 100 ml bottle of Tendre Madeleine for $50. So you can find deals for this stuff around $40 now. It's 100 ml bottle. There's also 50 ml bottles, but if you like yummy, cookie, doughy, pastry, gourmand fragrances, Tendre Madeleine by Laurence Dumont, Les Senteurs de Gourmands fragrances are really, really awesome. Check it out. Really dig this stuff, and it's really, really delicious. So top 10, we're starting out with imaginary authors, and at one time this was my favorite imaginary authors until a new one that's been launched recently, but I really loved City on Fire by imaginary authors, and this at one time was an exclusive fragrance to a store called Macus, I believe, in Portland. But now they are sold at any place that sells imaginary authors. At least that's what I realized or noticed. But a City on Fire smells like a smoky fireplace or burning, but very clean and soapy also. There's something like Cade in here, maybe spikenard also makes a clean vibe. But so you got that kind of dirty smokiness with a cleanness. Really awesome scent. It's perfect for winter time, I think. I absolutely love it because there's a coziness also. Kind of feels like the winter is out there, but you can put this stuff on in the house and just be relaxed with it. So a City on Fire, again, these are under $100, $95 for a 50 ml. This is the older bottle, which was 60 ml, I believe. By imaginary authors at number 10. At number 9, at the house of Dior, one of my favorite houses. And this is Eau Sauvage Parfum, really potent addition of Eau Sauvage. To me, they don't smell alike. Eau Sauvage is very clean and fresh. This is dense and vetiver and myrrh with lots of bergamot. Great stuff, potent stuff. Eau de Parfum compared to Eau de Toilette. Lots of thickness with this one. If you're used to Eau Sauvage, the original, not Sauvage, the new fragrance, but Eau Sauvage from the 60s, this was the update or the Parfum edition of Eau Sauvage. Do check it out. You might not dig it if you like that freshness of the Eau Sauvage, but you can find these for about $75 for 100 ml. Great, great scent. Love it, love it. Boozy, Mugler fragrance, and it's pure malt. Pure malt still is not my number one favorite, although if B Men was still around, I would pick that as my number one because it's all about licorice and anise. But since that's discontinued and I have my, spare bottle in the cool, dark, stored away, I'll pull it out every once in a while to enjoy it. But if that was still around, I'd put that up here along with pure malt. But pure malt happens to be my favorite of the whole lot right now. And as I said earlier, I hope they start making these Parfum or Eau de Parfum editions of these fragrances because we need it. Men do like fragrance, and we do want some potency, and we want some performance, and extra long performance. And I think they can accomplish that with releasing these Eau de Parfum editions of Mugler's fragrances. I mean, they came out with a weird flanker of this a couple of years ago, which I don't even know what they were doing. It wasn't even launched here in the States, but you can get it later on. But why not come out with a Parfum edition of Pure Malt? Because it's really, really popular scent. I think we need it. So either way, though, this is a great boozy whiskey fragrance from Mugler, and you should check it out if you haven't. Perfect for wintertime, I think. It is Eau de Toilette, and it is number 8. At number 7, we have another boozy fragrance, and this is Bentley for Men Intense. To me, this is very niche quality. It smells like Chambre Noire by Olfactive Studio with Idole by Luban. It's by a combination of both of those scents. Really a great release, Eau de Parfum, long-lasting, boozy winter, fall release fragrance, I think. Now, I haven't tried any other Bentley fragrances. This one was the big one, that big hyped one. Does smell great. Still does. I really love it. And everyone I introduce it to really loves it too. So Bentley for Men Intense at number 7. At number 6, we've got Rose Flash by TOUERVILLE. Now, this is my favorite fragrance out of the TOUERVILLE line, although it has now been beaten out by another one, which you'll get to in a little bit. $65 for a 30 ml, almost extra quality, really long lasting. It's actually a rose, but kind of boozy, lots of jamminess, a really, really yummy rose scent. If you like rose, this is a great one to start with, and it's great for men and women. So check out Rose Flash at number 6 by TOUERVILLE. The top 5 here, we've got Fahrenheit Le Parfum by Dior. Now, I got kind of tired of the original Fahrenheit, and it's been kind of watered down since the 80s also. But I really love this one. It's comforting, it's boozy, it's got like a kind of like a boozy vanilla note in here. Lots of vanilla. The kind of dirty or the petrol or petroleum note is taken out. Just made into a really comforting fragrance that I absolutely love. This was kind of underrated. Not a lot of people are hyping it, but if you like leathery, boozy, vanillic fragrances with Fahrenheit's DNA without the dirtiness, do check out Fahrenheit Le Parfum by Dior. Number 4, back to another Tauerville, and we've got Vanilla Flash. Now, Vanilla Flash has become my favorite Tauerville, but Rose Flash is, very close behind. This is really, really yummy. Delicious, boozy, vanilla, but not like SDV or the Spirituous Double Vanille by GUERLAIN. This is totally unique. It's got the Tower DNA or Tauerville DNA here. It's the Tauerville line because this is the budget line, but really long-lasting, great release. Vanilla Flash was number 2 in the series of Flash fragrances, and there's 6 now, I think, with the tuberose, but this still is my number 1. Such a great scent. If you like vanilla, this is a really good one to start with. Vanilla Flash by Tauerville at number 4. At number 3, it's Slow Explosions by Imaginary Authors, the new release from Imaginary Authors. Now, if you like saffron, if you like a little green apple note, and if you love rose, the 3 combined together with a little leatheriness, this is the one to try. What a great scent. I think this is the best release from the House of Imaginary Authors. I personally think so, but as I said earlier, it used to be City on Fire, and prior to that, the Cobra and the Canary. But this one's a really great one. A rose that I really love is perfect here, and the saffron is kind of dry and herbal. The leather is in the background, and that green apple note actually kind of sweetens up everything. Just perfect. Slow Explosions, it's under $100 for a 50 ml. Check it out. That's number 3. And funny that the number 2 happens to be a saffron scent also, and I'm going with Calligrapy Saffron by ARAMIS. Wow, what an ambery, beautiful saffron. Really potent, long-lasting, great scent. Just really all around awesomeness with this one. It's a unique take on saffron because it's not like this one, although there are hints of it. Just the saffron part, not the rose. Although there is rose in here, but it's very, very faint. This one happens to be very herbal and kind of creamy from the amber. Just great stuff. Ultra long lasting release. Really difficult to describe this one. I have not been able to review it because I have a hard time with it. I've been wanting to review it because it's such a great scent, but words escape me when I think about this fragrance. But just realize this, it's a great release by ARAMIS Calligraphy, and you can find it for about $50 to $75 for a 100 ml bottle. And last but not least, we're gonna go with Dior Homme Parfum. I mean, there's Dior Homme Intense also, which I'll probably pull for in the warmer days. But for me, it's all about Dior Homme Parfum. This is really an awesome release. Dior Homme, much more intense, heavy, dense, thick, leathery, really awesomeness. Check it out, Dior Homme Parfum. If you don't know anything about it, get yourself a bottle. They are around $75, $80 to $100. It's a 50 ml. I'm sorry, it's a 75 ml, and this is Parfum. It's not eau de parfum like this, so this one's a lot more intense. Lasts a long time. Perfect winter scent, I think. So there you have it. Those are my top 25 fragrances that are under $100 for fall and winter. What do you guys think? Did I pick the right fragrances? There are some new ones here. There are classics that I've had in my collection, but all are under $100. So check them out. I have links below in the info box, and let me know what you think about these fragrances. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. There's a subscribe button at the top. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like this video, share it, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.